What the hell did I do? Killed them all, of course. These chilling words, spoken by Robert Durst and unknowingly caught on a live microphone during the filming of HBO's The Jinx, stand as one of the most haunting moments in modern true crime history. The weight of this accidental confession sent shockwaves through audiences and investigators alike, leaving them grappling with the implications. Was this an unguarded slip, a rare moment where the truth broke free from Durst's carefully maintained facade? Or was it a cryptic fragment of speech born from stress or an overburdened mind that has been misunderstood? The ambiguity of these words only deepens their intrigue. What lies beneath their ominous tone, and what do they reveal about the man who uttered them? In this video, we'll unravel the mysteries surrounding Robert Durst, diving into the life of a man born into privilege but mired in controversy, and examining the trail of alleged crimes and shocking revelations that have made him a figure of fascination and fear. Robert Durst, an heir to one of New York's wealthiest real estate empires, seemed destined for a life of luxury and comfort. However, his story veered into a dark, complex narrative of suspicion, scandal, and violence. Over decades, he became the central figure in a series of chilling cases. The mysterious disappearance of his wife, Kathy Durst, in 1982, the execution-style killing of his confidant, Susan Berman, in 2000, and the grisly murder and dismemberment of his neighbor, Morris Black, in 2001. Despite the gravity of these accusations, Durst managed to evade justice repeatedly, leveraging his wealth, influence, and sharp intellect to manipulate legal systems and public perceptions. Yet, it was his unguarded moment during The Jinx, a moment that seemed to expose the very truths he had worked so hard to bury, that ultimately unraveled the narrative he had so meticulously crafted. To truly understand the impact of Durst's apparent confession, it's essential to consider the unique circumstances surrounding the moment it occurred. The final episode of The Jinx served as a climactic, tension-filled culmination of years of investigation into Robert Durst's life, his troubled history, and the mounting evidence against him. This episode, intended to expose the enigma that is Durst, reached its peak following a high-stakes on-camera interview where Durst was confronted with questions about his past and the allegations that had followed him for decades. Afterward, seemingly seeking solitude, Durst retreated to the bathroom, unaware that his microphone was still live. In that private moment, his muttered words, "What the hell did I do? Killed them all, of course," seeped into the public consciousness, cutting through the layers of doubt and speculation with unnerving clarity. The stark simplicity of this statement was both chilling and deeply unsettling. The admission, if it was indeed an admission, seemed to capture the essence of a man burdened by years of deception, yet it left many wondering, was this an unintentional slip? A raw, unfiltered confession from a man who believed he was out of earshot? Or was it the rambling of a mind frayed by immense stress, psychological strain, and paranoia, twisting under the weight of years spent evading justice? Experts, legal analysts, and true crime enthusiasts have fiercely debated its significance. Yet no one can deny the raw power of this fleeting moment. What remains indisputable, however, is the unique insight this confession, or cryptic utterance, provides into the mind of a man who has spent decades eluding accountability. Whether or not it was a genuine confession, it offers a rare and unsettling window into the psyche of Robert Durst, one of the most enigmatic figures in true crime history. It's a fleeting glimpse into a troubled mind, an individual who has woven a web of lies and deception, yet in this brief moment may have unwittingly exposed the truth. Regardless of whether it was intentional or the result of psychological strain, Durst's words in The Jinx have undeniably left an indelible mark on his story, forever altering how the world perceives both him and the crimes he has been accused of committing. This confession, cryptic or clear, has become a defining chapter in the story of Robert Durst, one that has reshaped the conversation about his life and the unresolved questions surrounding his actions. The mystery that once seemed impenetrable has shifted, leaving us to wonder whether we are closer than ever to uncovering the true nature of a man who has evaded justice for so long. The confession compels us to take a closer look at Robert Durst's character and behavior, which have perplexed and intrigued the public for decades. Known for his peculiar courtroom antics, stoic lack of remorse, and calculated demeanor, Durst has always been shrouded in mystery. His ability to navigate the complexities of the legal system, often walking free despite overwhelming evidence, paints a picture of a man who thrives on control, manipulation, and unpredictability. Yet his chilling words in the jinx suggest something unexpected, a crack in the armor of control he has worn for so long. Could this be the moment where the weight of his actions finally breached his defenses? Durst's behavior over the years has consistently raised suspicions and prompted widespread intrigue. One of the most bizarre and disturbing episodes occurred during the Morris Black investigation when Durst, in a desperate attempt to evade capture, disguised himself as a mute woman. This move, which was as cunning as it was unsettling, was a testament to his ability to manipulate situations and his chilling resourcefulness in navigating the consequences of his actions. His eerie composure during his trial, even as he detailed horrific events in an almost detached manner, only added to the aura of unease surrounding him. These actions collectively sketch the portrait of a man who is not only deeply troubled, but also alarmingly adept at survival, willing to bend the world to his will, regardless of the moral cost. Yet, it was his confession in the jinx that may offer the most revealing and unfiltered glimpse into the mind of this complex individual, an individual who has spent his life cloaked in layers of secrecy, deception, and manipulation. Could this rare moment of vulnerability be the first real window into Durst's psyche, offering us a brief but significant break from the facade he has so meticulously built? What truly makes this confession compelling, however, is not just the chilling nature of the words themselves, but the profound implications they carry for Durst's broader narrative, and for those whose lives have been irrevocably affected by his actions. For the families of Kathy Durst, Susan Berman, and Morris Black, this confession could represent a pivotal moment in their quest for truth, a long-awaited piece of the puzzle after decades of unanswered questions and painful uncertainty. For investigators and psychologists, it may serve as an essential clue, a piece of the larger puzzle that could unlock the mystery behind Durst's disturbing actions, his motives, and his chilling ability to evade justice. Some believe that this confession stems from a subconscious desire to unburden himself, a desperate and involuntary attempt to finally confront the sins of his past. Others theorize that it was a calculated decision designed to confuse, manipulate, and muddy the waters even further, another layer in Durst's ever-shifting game of deception. Regardless of the true motivations behind his confession, one thing is certain. It reignites the conversation about Durst's past. It brings the focus back to the mysterious and horrific cases that have defined his life, forcing us to reconsider the events, the people, and the dark web of lies that he has woven. This moment, however fleeting, serves as a stark reminder that even in the midst of years of cunning evasion, the truth may yet emerge, unexpected and uninvited, but powerful enough to shift the trajectory of a story that has long been tangled in uncertainty. As we reflect on this moment, it becomes increasingly clear that Robert Durst's words, whether spoken intentionally or as an unguarded slip, represent one of the most compelling moments in modern true crime history. These simple yet haunting statements force us to confront the intricacies of human behavior, the blurred boundaries between guilt and innocence, and the deeply complex psychology of a man who has managed to elude justice for decades. They invite us to ask unsettling questions. Were these words the inadvertent revelation of a guilty conscience, A subconscious cry for help from a man burdened by his own secrets, or yet another calculated move from someone who has mastered the art of manipulation? And ambiguity? Although definitive answers remain elusive, one fact is undeniable. This moment alters the narrative. It casts a fresh spotlight on Durst's life, bringing renewed scrutiny to the labyrinth of secrets, lies, and accusations that surround him. It compels us to re-examine his past, his motives, and the chilling details of the cases linked to his name. For the families of his alleged victims, it stirs hope that justice might finally be within reach. For investigators and psychologists, it adds a new layer of complexity to an already confounding story, providing a rare glimpse into the enigmatic mind of Robert Durst. The questions raised by Durst's confession linger in the air. Was this the involuntary truth-telling of a man, cracking under the weight of his own history? Or was it a deliberate act, a sinister game to muddy the waters further and confuse those seeking the truth? Regardless of the answer, the implications of this moment are profound, serving as a pivotal point in the larger narrative of Durst's life and alleged crimes. What do you think about Robert Durst's shocking admission? Was it the accidental slip of a guilty man, a subconscious need to unburden himself, or another layer of his carefully constructed facade? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Share your perspective in the comments below. And if this story has captured your curiosity, be sure to check out our deep dive into the unsolved mystery of Susan Berman's murder, where we unravel more of Robert Durst's tangled web of secrets. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more riveting true crime stories that delve into the darkest corners of human nature.